So what does it feel like? It feels like we are judging ourselves for making a wrong decision, even though we don't know if it's a wrong decision. And a lot of the times as mothers, we feel like bad moms because we're not doing the things we should be doing. So tonight I'm going to be talking about, grandkids as well. Yes, absolutely. Any person that you feel as though you're not doing enough for, that you're expected in some way to do more. Okay, so we're going to talk about a couple of things and then we'll go into the healing around this. So first of all, you have to look at your expectations, because where do your expectations of being that certain person that you should be, where does that actually come from? So for me, it's like, being a good mom means doing crafts. Like when my kids were younger, I was like the craft mom. We would do all different types. I was having parties for Easter, for Christmas, like doing all of this, just being very, very involved, hands-on. Okay. Now that I'm a single mother, which I didn't really have help, but it was just different. But now that I'm single, it's a little bit different. Like I have to focus on my business more. So I can't be more hands-on as I used to be. So sometimes my ego will try to come in and say like, well, you don't do that anymore, so therefore I'm a bad mom. But it's just our expectations, and you have to realize and look at your life as well. And if your circumstances have changed, you got to let go of that. And you've got to forgive yourself. Okay, this is a big one. You have to forgive yourself for not being the mother that you think you should be. But then also look at the expectation of, is that reasonable for the expectations that you have as a mother in the circumstances that you're in? Let me know in the comments, is this making sense to you guys? Okay, so forgive yourself for what you think is a bad mom. Also, look at your values. And are you giving your primary values to your children? So if it is something like they need to be fed well, healthy diet, right? Whatever it is for you. So if that's a healthy diet and that's on a main priority value of yours, then maybe you can let other things go and focus on the main priority. So in my mind, I would ask you, what are the things that you're constantly judging yourself for? Work on those things. Start to focus on those things. So like me and my kids, we don't eat dinner every night together. Most nights we don't eat dinner together because we don't have the same meals because of our diets, right? So for me, it would be sitting down with my kids every single night to have dinner together. Okay, so that is something that I constantly judge myself for. So therefore, if I wanted to change it, if I thought that this would make a difference, then that would be something I would focus on. So what is that for you? Okay, what is it that you're constantly judging for that you can actually just start make it happen so that you can stop judging yourself for it? Okay, so look at your values. Also, you want to ask for help. So we don't have to do it all on our own. There is a phrase and it says it takes a village to raise a child. Like, never knew why, but now I know why, right? It really does take a village to raise children because the mother needs help. We need help. And especially as codependents and, women that suffer from toxic relationships, we get hurt so much that we don't want to ask for help because we don't want to feel like we owe somebody something. We don't want to depend on somebody and then have them not show up for us. So we tend to take all of it on our own. So ask for help, start asking for help to release some of this mom guilt. And just because you need help does not make you a bad mom. It does not make you a weak mom. It makes you a normal mother, okay, that needs help raising a child before you lose your mind, okay? And then this is like the most crucial part of the mom guilt. Unfollow those people on social media that makes you feel like you're a bad mom. And you know who I'm talking about. Whatever that is that you judge yourself about, but you're seeing it all over social media. Like my best friend, like she's like a baker. So she's always cooking cookies and she's baking brownies and then she's making these baskets. And I was like, and I texted her on Easter and I said, I'm sure your kids were spoiled. And she's like, why would you think that? Right. So we have a joke about it because I don't feel like I'm a bad mom because I don't do that stuff. I don't feel that way anymore. I probably would have a few years ago, but I don't feel that way anymore because I know that I'm doing what I can do with what I have available to me. Okay. And yeah, we'll bake cookies sometimes, but it's not like every day or having these crazy craft days. Okay. So I hope that those few things help you. reduce your expectations of yourself. And this is the thing, we don't know with what you're doing if it's right or wrong, right? This is when we're deciding out of a relationship, do we stay or do we go? What's better for the kids? We really have no idea. And at one point I really had to, especially working with women who suffer from toxic relationships, and I'm on the calls with them and they say something, I'm like, oh my God, I did that today. You know, like it's very hard for me to be like, I'm messing up my kids, right? But also realize no matter what you do with your children, as they get older, you're going to have a chance to fix it. Okay. So keep working on yourself because they're going to see your growth and your actions are teaching them more than your words. So always be working on yourself because they're going to follow in your footsteps. So very important. All right. So that is what I have for you. I hope it helps you let go of that guilt. As long as your kids know that you love them, not say, but know that you love them. If you are always there for them, if you are, tucking them in a bed at nighttime when you can, if you're not working, like they know that you are there for them. And whether they like to admit it or not, or say that you love them or not, like you still are there. Okay. So let go of that guilt. Be the best mom that you can possibly be with what you have at this moment, and let everything else go and trust that the universe will guide you in the right direction. Okay. On that note, let's go ahead and do some healing. So go ahead and get comfortable. All right, close your eyes. Think about any mom guilt that you have, like bring it all up to the surface right now, because it's all BS. It's all BS. No matter what you did, no matter any mistakes that you've made, you can let go of them. Whatever mistakes that you think you made or what you think you're not doing that you should be doing, like it's right now, like just bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. And we're just going to release it right now and let it go. And just trust that you are doing the best that you can do with the moment that you're in at the exact moment that you need to be that mom. Okay. And every other moment, you're just always doing your best. So go ahead and take a deep breath in and let it out. And take another deep breath in. Give your body a nice little stretch here. And then go ahead and let it out. And one more time, take a deep breath in. We're going to call your angels. We're also going to call Archangel Michael to be here to cut any of this crap out that we just do not need in our energy field. Go ahead and let that out. Whatever thoughts come in, just let them come in and let them flow out. Here we go. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. And let it out. Take another deep breath in. Give your body a nice little stretch. And go ahead and let it out. And one more time, take a deep breath in, wiggle your fingers, your toes. All right, so there's a couple of things that came up through that for me. So one of the things was projection. So when we're talking about mom guilt, please make sure that you're not projecting what you think your kids are feeling onto them when they're not feeling what you think they are feeling. Okay, so if you have been through something as a child and maybe your kids are going through something similar, then you might think that they're feeling like you felt as a child. So make sure that you're not projecting that onto them and that they are actually feeling what they are feeling, not what you think they are feeling. Okay, so that's called projection on. Okay, the other thing that came up is that each of our children has their own lessons to learn. Now, if you look back on your life, the universe has put you in a place so that you can learn, grow, and evolve while you're here in this world. And basically, your kids have the same lessons to learn. So this was for people that they made me feel like maybe it's a little bit later in life and your children are like grown, but yet you've made mistakes and now you can see how it's like kind of playing out in their life. Like realize that it's not the mistakes, like nothing you do is a mistake because everything happens for a reason, and that it's there, that mistake that you think you made is there so that your kids are on the right path to learn their lesson of why they came here on earth. Okay. All right. So yeah, so make sure you're unfollowing the people that make you feel like a crappy mom. Even if they judge you or say things to you, just don't speak to them that often. Set those boundaries around those people. Forgive yourself for any mistakes that you think you made. Look at your values and what can you do now to change the way that you feel. So if there's something that's really, really bugging you that you are not doing, start to do that so that you can start to share your ego, right? Our reticular activating system too, like confirming that you are a good mom. Look at all the good things that you are doing as a good mom and confirm those things all the time instead of focusing on what you're not doing. Focus on the good stuff. Make sure you're not projecting, and then realize that your children are here to learn lessons as well. All right, so I hope that helps you, ladies. Much love to all of you.